कुंज बिहारी जय राघव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 6, chapter entitled Conversation between Narada and Vyasadeva. Text 38. Aho devarshirdanyoyam yat kirtim sarangadhanvanaha gayan madhyan idam tantra ramayati aturam jagat. Aho devarshidhanyoyam yat kirtim sarangadhanvanaha gayan madhyam idam tantra ramayati aturam jagat. Aho devarshirdanyoyam yat kirtim sarangadhanvanaha gayan madhyan idam tantra ramayati aturam jagat.
Aho devarshirdanyoyam
Aho devarshirdanyoyam
yat kirtim sarangadhanvanaha yat madhyan idam tantra yaturam jagat.
Aho devarshirdanyoyam Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Word for word meaning. Aho, all glory to Devarshihi, the sage of the gods. Dhanyaha, all success. Ayam yat, one who. Kirtim, glories. Saranga Dhanvanaha, of the personality of Godhead. Gayan, singing. Madhyan, taking pleasure in. Idam, this. Tantra, by means of the instrument. Ramayati, enlivens. Aturam, distressed. Jagat, world. Translation. All glory and success to Srila Narad Muni, because he glorifies the activities of the personality of God, and so doing, he himself takes pleasure and also enlivens all the distressed souls of the universe. Purport. Sri Narad Muni plays on his instrument to glorify the transcendental activities of the Lord and to give relief to all miserable living entities of the universe. No one is happy here within the universe, and what is felt as happiness is Maya's illusion. The illusory energy of the Lord is so strong that even the hog who lives on a filthy stool feels happy. No one can be truly happy within the material world. Srila Narad Muni, in order to enlighten the miserable inhabitants, wanders everywhere. His mission is to get them back home, back to Godhead. That is the mission of all genuine devotees of the Lord, following the footsteps of that great sage. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Conversation between Narada and Vyasadeva. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sandhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadravyam Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vacharam pramam langayatri gram yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinasarana. Hare Krishna. So before I speak, I seek blessings of each and everyone present over here, so that I can gain some strength to speak on this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. I have no qualification to sit on this place and speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, such exalted subject matter. but by the instructions and blessings of the devotees, I'll try to speak something. So, this is the last verse of this chapter. The entire chapter has been very nicely described by all devotees, verse by verse, with great depth of spiritual realization. I've tried to make some notes. Past 2-3 days, a lot of hectic schedules, Janmashtami, Prabhupada Vespuja. And yesterday evening, it occurred to me that my scheduled class is not on Friday, but on Thursday, which is today. So I had hardly some time to prepare properly, but whatever I could hear and assimilate, I'll try to repeat. So this verse is being spoken in great joy by Suta Goswami. After having narrated the entire incident of Narad Muni's success story, he is also feeling joyful and expressing his joy by saying, Aho, Devarshi Dhanyayam, that all glory to you, O Narad Muni. And and the main reason why he is telling that all glory to Narad Muni is because of two things which I could notice in this verse. The first thing is that his own relish while glorifying the subject, like the transcendental activities of the Lord. The way he relishes Krishna Katha for himself, that is what brings glory to him. And the second thing, which naturally follows as the first one, is he enlivens the suffering conditioned souls of this world. Because of these two activities becoming his entire life's goal, that is what makes him glorious, according to Suta Goswami in this verse. So, two things which I said is first, relishing one's own self, the glorification of the Lord, the activities of the Lord. And second, trying our way, whatever possible for us, to enlighten the miserable suffering souls, to give them also this knowledge that this glorification of the Lord is what will only give us the actual relish which we are all seeking for. So, therefore, that's how Suta Goswami confirms that he is glorious in this sense. So, if we also want to become glorious and successful in true sense in our life, we can try, first of all, to strive to relish Krishna Katha ourselves. So, being in conditioned life for time immemorial, we are all finding it really difficult at the stage of a sadhaka to relish Krishna Katha. So, if we strive hard with sincere faith to follow the program given by Srila Prabhupada, then it is possible that the real relish which we are seeking for will come to us through the medium of Krishna consciousness. So, even Rupa Goswami points out this defect of ours in his Nectar of Instruction from verse 7. He mentions the actual reason why we are not able to relish the glories of the Lord the way Narad Muni is relishing. There is this verse which comes, Syat Krishna Nam Charitadi Sitapya Vidya Pitoktapattarasanasya Narochikano Kintu Adaradhanudinam Kalushaiva Jushta Swadvikramada Bhavati Tatkatabola. So the only thing that keeps us bound in this material world, as mentioned in this verse, is the ignorance of our actual position. of being part and parcel of the personality of Godhead. This avidya is what makes us feel the most relishable thing of this world to be bitter. So he gives this example of disease of jaundice, that in a disease condition, when person is suffering from jaundice, the sweet sugar candy, which in normal condition has to be tasting sweet, that sweet candy also becomes bitter for a patient, hmm, because of his diseased condition. Similarly, when we are also attacked by this disease of avidya, we start, feeling the most relishable thing, Krishna Katha of this world, to be bitter. We find it difficult to handle whenever there are long sessions and all. I really become troubled. Oh, I have to, even though there is desire, there is anticipation, but this avidya is so thickly covered, like we end up, losing taste eventually. We end up, you know, getting trapped in mind's thought process and all. So the solution which is proposed also by Srila Rupa Goswami is Kintu Adarat Anudinam Kalusheva Jishta, that we keep on regularly, repeatedly exposing ourselves to this process, this glories of the Lord. And then natural relish will awaken one day. So the analogy makes it perfect that just like the jaundice patient is advised, you keep on eating sugar candy, one day the candy will start tasting sweet. Similarly, the acharyas, Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody gives this as the only solution, that we keep on repeatedly exposing ourselves to glories of Krishna. And one day our natural relish will again revive, again reawaken. And second thing, which is also mentioned in this connection about glorious position of Narada, is he becomes glorious because he is traveling all around to enliven the conditioned souls. So Prabhupada writes very mercifully in the purport that how this material world is. He's exposing actually everything clearly. Very few statements, but everything is so clear cut. He says that no one is happy within the universe, and what is felt as happiness is Maya's illusion. So Prabhupada also gives many lectures. He gives this example that what is this Maya's illusion? What is happiness in this world? He tells that there is a prisoner who is being punished by the king or the government. And what is the punishment? The person is dunked inside the waterfall. His whole body is inside the water, no space to breathe. And just about when he is, just the moment of when he's about to give up his life, his head is lifted outside the water, and he suddenly gasps. And again, he is dunked into the water. And that moment where he gasps that air is what is the happiness of this world. That's what Prabhupada explains. So the mind and senses are continuously disturbing, harassing the soul so strongly. But that moment where the prisoner is getting the span where he can breathe some air, that amount of pleasure the Jivatma gets in this conditioned life, and he thinks, oh, he is very happy in this world. So Prabhupada also mentions that even a hog, hog's life, so I'll just read. The illusory energy of the Lord is so strong that even the hog who lives on filthy stool feels happy. So Maharaj very graphically explains in some of his lectures how stool is the most abominable thing in this world, just stool of any entity. And hog is the person who eats stool of others. So how filthy his stool may be. But still, he is very happy living around in such conditions. So This happens to every conditioned soul, no matter how opulent position he may be in. He feels that he is happy with his, so-called filthy position. Prabhupada writes in third canto, 30th chapter, 5th shloka, this condition of Indra, which he underwent. So this verse is Narakasthopi deham vai napumam staktumichati narakayam nivritir satyan deva maya vimohita. How strong is this illusory energy is mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in the purport to this verse. Very small purport, Prabhupada mentions the entire pastime of how Indra became hog. It is said that once Indra, the king of heaven, was cursed by his spiritual master Brihaspati on account of his misbehavior, and he became a hog on this planet. After many days, when Brahma wanted to recall him to his heavenly kingdom, Indra, in the form of a hog, forgot everything of his royal position in the heavenly kingdom, and he refused to go back. This is the spell of Maya. Even Indra forgets his heavenly standard of life and is satisfied with the standard of a hog's life. By the influence of Maya, the conditioned soul becomes so affectionate towards his particular type of body that if he is offered, give up this body and immediately you will become you will have a king's body, he will not agree. This attachment strongly affects all conditioned living entities. Lord Krishna is personally canvassing, give up everything in this material world. Come to me. I shall give you all protection. But we are not agreeable. We think we are quite all right. Why should we surrender unto Krishna and go back to his kingdom? This is called illusion or Maya. Everyone is satisfied with the standard of living, however abominable it may be. So then we know the further pastime ultimately. Brahmaji had to literally murder Indra in the body of that hog. And then his avidya was taken out. Similarly, following in the footsteps of Brahmaji, Narad Muni, great sages, they are all traveling all around. Everywhere they are taking trouble. Why? Just to smash this ignorance of Jivatma so that his natural relish can awaken. His natural inclination of Krishna consciousness can be awakened. And Prabhupada gives a mission statement to all those who have at least got this knowledge in some way and form. And Prabhupada writes, what is the mission of Narad Muni? His mission is to get them back home, back to Godhead. And further, he gives a statement which can be imbibed by all of us. That is the mission of all genuine devotees of the Lord, following the footsteps of that great sage. So, when we are trying to become sadhakas, genuine sadhakas, this statement is what gives us idea how we are supposed to lead our life further by, in whatever way possible, assist in this mission of Lord Krishna himself in parampara, which is taken up by all the acharyas, especially the way it was so seriously taken by Srila Prabhupada. Recently, we celebrated 125th Vyas Puja of Srila Prabhupada. That so many devotees glorifying Srila Prabhupada's compassion, his ability to spread the Krishna consciousness movement at such an advanced stage to so far and wide. How this could happen is only because of these two reasons. First of all, he was himself relishing Krishna consciousness so much. So many disciples of Srila Prabhupada mentioned that whenever we just came near Srila Prabhupada, we became ecstatic. Why? Because he was himself always just surcharged with Krishna consciousness. His, Krishna conscious charge was so strong that just in coming in touch with him, one would himself become Krishna conscious. Himself, all bad thoughts would naturally, run away from that person's consciousness. And then he had this strong desire to follow the instructions of his spiritual master. and following in footsteps of his spiritual master, he wanted to, relieve the agitated world of their distressed position. And that is how he is also becoming so glorious. Yesterday, there was this great ceremony where Prime Minister has inaugurated a remarkable coin in the memory of Srila Prabhupada. So many people in other fields have also become famous, but their fame is what? By the passing of time, everything is lost. Like Prabhuji was telling once in the class where discussion about time was happening, the power of Kala. Great kings, those who build great forts, even those magnificent forts are being, powdered to dust by the influence of time. So where is the scope of their glory also remaining? Because it is at the material plane. But the glory of these great souls, which is on the Krishna conscious platform, is ever increasing, and it keeps on, giving solace, keeps on giving faith to people like us, so that we can also follow in their footsteps. So three things mainly are required, which are mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in one of the quotes. So in current position, our situation is we have got some knowledge, basic knowledge of Krishna consciousness. At our sadhaka stage, we are trying to practice, but it is difficult. We are not able to release ourselves, and we have no desire even to, genuinely take part in the mission, so that we can give some solace to the distressed. So Prabhupada mentions in one of the letters to his disciples how the way currently we are feeling this Krishna conscious process as very difficult, why it is felt difficult. So Prabhupada mentions, in order to become successful in Krishna consciousness, three things are necessary. You must have enthusiasm, you must be determined, and you must be patient. If any one of these is missing, you will find the process difficult to perform. So please learn to be patient. So these things, Utsahat, Nishchaya, and Dhairya, three things are required for us to become successful in Krishna consciousness. We have got some idea, we have got some knowledge, but the process feels difficult because we are lacking in these three things: enthusiasm, determination, patience. So we can take inspiration. Even Bhaktivinoda Thakur would say that by seeing karmis, those who are working hard in this material world, so for them, what they are gaining is nothing as such. But look at their determination, their enthusiasm to get that, hardly something. Once I was traveling from Mumbai to Pune, and because of some spontaneity in my plan, I could not book, reservation ticket. So I thought, anyways, I'll take a general ticket and board the train somewhere. So even though I reached quite before time to the station, I realized that the general bogie was fully packed with passengers. It was so thoroughly packed that there was no space to even enter the bogie. Then I thought, okay, I'll go to reservation compartment, stand near the door. But I don't know, it was a weekend and some festival day or something, a lot of rush in the train. So even reservation compartments were, packed with standing passengers. So I somehow pushed in myself in one of the reservation compartment, and the train started moving. And it was so heavily crowded that those people who, before the train started moving, whatever position they were in, that was the position they had to maintain till the time they would get down to their, destination. It was so heavily packed. But the great sight which really struck me was the vendors which were roaming around in the train. They were, literally pushing people with one hand full of, their breakfast thing, whatever, poha, idli or something. Huge bag, right? We have seen holding that whole huge bag over their head. In another hand, some disposables which they carry, and they are pushing people. Everybody is ridiculing them. अरे कोई और रास्ता नहीं मिला क्या, इतना गर्दी है, कोई नहीं खाने वाला. Everybody is discouraging them literally. Nobody is encouraged, but they are fully aloof. So determined, मैं तो अपना business करके रहूंगा. And his desire to earn money in that, most difficult condition also is so, strong. So I, seeing him, I immediately remembered Bhaktivinoda Thakur's this statement that if you want to gain enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness, look at the karmis, how they are striving hard for Krishna. They're there, sense gratification. If we can put, even 10% of that endeavor in our life, it is a great success actually. And what we will gain is, unlimited times better thing than what they are gaining in their endeavor. So this is how we can, seek enthusiasm in this world. Determination is also seen, in karmis. Even in shastras, we can see examples of determination, like Dhruv Maharaj, 5-year-old kid, but once he got that firm determination, he was, for it, no compromise. We have examples of Raghunath Das Goswami for his determination. His vows were like lines on stones, it is mentioned. So repeatedly, if we can, visit this, past times, these incidents in Bhagavatam, it will help us to maintain the determination and patience ultimately. So we all know, we have heard many times that, we have been, leading this conditioned life for so many lifetimes, we even don't know, for such a long time. Therefore, in, just a short span, it will not happen that Krishna will give us, that Krishna wants us. We need to be patient. We need to show Krishna that I want it. Krishna will recognize our seriousness, our sincerity, and then he will award us the desired results. So by Prabhupada's mercy, we have so much practical guidance. We have so many things which we can dovetail in Krishna consciousness by assisting him in his mission. Literally, he has given, clues for doubting every propensity of every conditioned soul in Krishna consciousness. So if we can just somehow, so yeah, one more thought which I had about this verse was when where Prabhupada is mentioning about how this illusion is so strong. The one reason why conditioned soul keeps on hankering for Maya's illusion is because that's what he has been thinking, that this will give me relish. And when we take to the life of a sadhaka, why we also get diverted again and again to seek material pleasure is because we are not sufficiently engaged in Krishna consciousness. When we find, our mind being empty of Krishna conscious thoughts, then immediately mind runs towards the thoughts of sense gratification. So this last line, which Prabhupada mentions in the purport, that the mission of all genuine devotees of the Lord is following in the footsteps of that great sage. If we also can, as a sadhaka, if we genuinely want to become a, devotee of the Lord, this is what we have to work upon, like thoroughly keep ourselves engaged in assisting Srila Prabhupada's mission somehow. then our mind and senses will not keep on turning towards that illusory pleasure which we have been thinking as real. So to continuously keep ourselves engaged in Krishna conscious activities, assisting in Srila Prabhupada's mission, that also needs these three things: enthusiasm, determination, patience, and repeated exposure of ourselves to Krishna conscious activities also will help us to remove our own avidya. And that's how it's a win-win situation. It's a success for our own life, and we can give Krishna consciousness to others who are suffering in this world. So we ourselves become successful in our life and try to give whatever we have got to others that will please Krishna, that will please Acharyas, and that's what at the end of our life we will take us back to God. Yeah. So that's what I had. Few thoughts on this verse. It's 3 minutes hardly remaining. If anybody has any comment, any queries, any corrections, you can please. Okay. So I seek blessings and prayers of all the devotees. Whatever I spoke, it was just a verbal thing. They can bless me that I can genuinely, honestly apply it in my life and try to become successful. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, निताय गौर।